Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurinmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sabidam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Supadantikam Mandeham Shri Guruhum Shri Vadapatakamalam Shri Guruhum Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saidam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakham Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpati Gopesha Gopika Kanda Radha Kanda Namastude Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sude Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhescha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patidanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhudale Srimade Bhaktivedanta Swamini Dinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Om Tat Sat. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavad Gita chapter 14 text 6. Tatra Sattvam Nirmalatvat Prakashakam Anamayam Sukha Sangena Badnati Jnana Sangena Chanaka. Sachi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Tatra Sattvam Nirmalatvat Prakashakam Anamayam Sukhat Sangena Badnati Jnana Sangena Chanaka.
Saraswati Mataji, translation please.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
O sinless one, the mode of goodness, being purer than the others, is illuminating and it frees one from all sinful reactions. Those situated in that mode become conditioned by a sense of happiness and knowledge.
Very good. O sinless one, the mode of goodness, being purer than the others, is illuminating and it frees one from all sinful reactions. Those situated in that mode become conditioned by a sense of happiness and knowledge. So Krishna is telling Arjuna, the mode of goodness is purer than others. What is that others? What Krishna means by others?
The ignorance and passion through.
Yes, the ignorance and passion. So this mode of goodness compared to the mode of passion and ignorance is purer. Okay. It's not the purest. Purer and purest. Okay. It is purer. It is illuminating. And it frees one from all sinful reactions. On that platform, we don't do simple activities. But still, we are conditioned. Krishna says those situated in that mode become conditioned. How? By a sense of happiness and knowledge. So that's also is a condition. Even though we may be in the mode of goodness, but still it is conditioned stage. Because we want happiness, we want peace of mind, we want knowledge. So this is a conditioning. Those who are in the pure mode of goodness, they don't seek anything except pleasing Krishna. So that's the difference between the mode of goodness and the pure mode of goodness. In the mode of goodness, we have some, expectation to become happy, to be satisfied, to have knowledge. This desire is there. These are also material desire. This is our desire to fulfill our indriyas, our senses. So that's also, within this material world, and that becomes conditioned. So Let's see what Prabhupada says in purport. The living entity is conditioned by material nature are of various types. One is happy, another is very active, and another is helpless. All these types of psychological manifestations are causes of the entity's conditioned status of nature. How they are differently conditioned is explained in this section of Bhagavad Gita. The mode of goodness is first considered. So that is within the material world, that is a first class, that is the highest. The effect of developing a mode of goodness in this material world is that one becomes wiser than those otherwise conditioned. A man in the mode of goodness is not so much affected by material miseries, and he has a sense of advancement in material knowledge. The representative type is the Brahmana, who is supposed to be situated in the mode of goodness. This sense of happiness is due to understanding that in the mode of goodness, one is more or less free from sinful reactions. Actually, in the Vedic literature, it is said that the mode of goodness means greater knowledge and a greater sense of happiness. So, who are situated in the mode of goodness? Usually, as per Varnashrama Dharma, those Brahmanas, okay, the intellectual class, they are situated in the mode of goodness. And Kshatriya, they are situated in the mode of passion. And Vaishyas, they are situated in the mode of
Ignorance. Ignorance.
Passion and ignorance.
passion and ignorance.
Passion and ignorance.
Okay. And Shudras,
Ignorance.
ignorance. This is how. So, what is dominance in us? What is predominating us? That will be our mode. We may be sometimes in the mode of goodness, we may be sometimes in the mode of passion, or we may be sometimes in the mode of ignorance. So morning actually, as we get up, we are fresh. Okay, we have not come in contact with any outside affairs, material affairs. We are fresh. That is the time we are supposed to be in the mode of goodness. As the day progresses, we go to passion. Towards the end of the day, at night, we become in ignorance. That's how. But a person is predominantly in one mode, maybe in goodness, maybe in passion, maybe in ignorance. But it doesn't mean that they are 100% in mode of ignorance or passion or goodness. They also exhibits the mode of the other modes. But predominantly, he may be, or she may be in one particular mode. Okay. However, we are all conditioned by the three modes. Whoever are there in this material world, okay, as long as we are there in this material world, we are conditioned by the three modes. So this is what here it is said. So the person who is in the mode of goodness is more or less in the happy condition. They are satisfied. Okay, but the mode of passion agitates. There'll be miseries and happiness. It's a mix. The mode of ignorance is mostly miseries only, because they are living in the mode of ignorance. So this is how the three modes bind us in this material world. Three modes bind us in this material world. Just like how a rope is binding a cow to its rope, tied to the neck. Okay, when a cow is tied with a rope and tied to a pole, it's bound. It cannot move more than the strength, more than the length of the rope, right? Similarly, we're also bound by the rope. But this rope is subtle. It's not gross. What is this rope? They are also tied with the rope. What rope is that?
The three modes, Prabhuji.
The three modes. Okay. It's subtle. It's not gross. Okay. We are also, because guna also means that rope. Okay. We have the scope of going within this universe, within this material universe, according to our desire and karma. Just like how a cow is limited its movement within the length of the rope, we are also limited our movement within the material universe. according to our karma and desires. So with the gunas, we are tied in this material world. With the gunas, we are conditioned in this material world. So the difficulty here is that when a living entity is situated in the mode of goodness, he becomes conditioned to feel that he is advanced in knowledge and is better than others. Now, we also have a feeling, suppose, I'm very rich. Oh, I have the feeling I'm richer than the other person. I have so much of wealth. That feeling is there, isn't it? And somebody is very beautiful. That person will think that I'm more beautiful than others. These are all, although, it is not harmful for the self or others, but still conditioned. That feeling is there. I have satisfaction. I am happy. Like that. Usually it happens in the mode of goodness, but it is conditioned nature. Okay, because I am better than others in wealth or in beauty or in power or influence. So in this way, he becomes conditioned. The best examples are the scientists and the philosophers. Okay? The scholars, the philosophers, the scientists, they think that they are better off, they are well off because they have knowledge compared to others. They are having more knowledge than others. So they are in the mode of goodness. Each is very proud of his knowledge. And because they generally improve their living condition, they feel a sort of material happiness because they have knowledge, they have influence, they have money, they have power, and they can lead a better life than others. So they will have material happiness. This sense of advanced happiness in conditioned life makes them bound by the modes of goodness of material nature. So how they are bound to this material world? They are bound by the mode of goodness. As such, they are attracted toward working in the mode of goodness. And as long as they have an attraction for working in that way, they have to take some type of body in the modes of nature. So whether we are attached, whether we are influenced by the modes of goodness, passion, or ignorance, okay, we have to get a body in the next life according to that. Thus, there is no likelihood of liberation. Okay? We will not get liberated if we are within these three modes of material nature, or of being transferred to the spiritual world. So there is no scope of being transferred to the spiritual world. Those who are conditioned by these three modes of material nature. Repeatedly, one may become a philosopher, a scientist, or a poet, and repeatedly become entangled in the same disadvantages of birth and death. But due to the illusion of the material energy, one thinks that sort of life is pleasant. So when they are in the mode of goodness, when they are scholars or philosophers, okay, what they think, they are having some sort of happiness. They derive some sort of happiness and satisfaction from the knowledge that they have, okay, from the wisdom that they have, from the scholarship that they have. So they have a sort of happiness and satisfaction. So they think what's wrong in that, what's wrong in material life. We are happy, we are satisfied, we have influence, we have name and fame, everybody respects us. So what is wrong in coming back? People think that way, isn't it? So when you have a lot of money, you have a lot of followers, your health is okay, whatever you want, it's happening. Okay. So we tend to think, what's wrong in human life? What is wrong in this material world? I have good name, fame, knowledge, followers. Okay, everybody respects me, isn't it? But they will not get liberation, even though they may have everything, but then they have to undergo the vicious cycle of birth and death. But in this life, yes, you are having everything. You have name and fame, influence, power, money, beauty, everything. But what is the guarantee that you will not misuse this in the next life when you get it? Because you will be taking birth in an aristocratic family, because you are in the mode of goodness in this present life. So when you get next life, a birth in the aristocratic family, what happens? You at your disposal, everything is there. You may misuse that opportunity, then you will fall down again. But whereas the transcendentalist, those devotees who could not complete the devotional service in this particular life, they will take birth where? They will take birth in the family of pure devotees. Okay. When we take birth in the family of pure devotees, the chances of continuing our spiritual pursuit is high. We will not deviate from the path because we are born in the family of pure devotees and will be, growing along with them. And the past, the purva janma karma, the reaction is also there, that impression is also there. So we tend to follow that path, the spiritual path, and what we have left incomplete in the previous life, we'll be able to complete in this particular life, and we'll be able to get liberated in that. So even if we have not completed, we'll be able to complete in the next life because we'll be taking birth in the families of devotees, and we can complete our devotional service in the next life. So this is one advantage of those who are devoted and those who are especially in the mode of goodness. So any points here?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. And the pranam. Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, this whenever, even if a person is in goodness,
Yeah.
when they are in physical disabilities or physical limitations, when they are elderly or when they have some diseases, they are bound to have some pain.
Yes.
Bound to have some pain, bound to have some difficulties, irrespective of whatever state of life they are at. Means
Sure.
even if they have 100 facilities also.
Yes, sure.
So I feel like even if we are in goodness, one point of time comes where we feel that this body is really a difficult thing to handle.
Yeah, definitely. Yes, sure, Prabhuji. As you rightly said, as we age, we become invalid. Our physical health will deteriorate. We won't be able to see properly, hear properly, speak properly. Okay, and we will not be our different parts of the body will not cooperate with us. We won't be able to walk or sit or do other jobs as we were doing in the youthful age. So that you have to, at any cost, you have to undergo. So this is Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadi. Jara and Vyadi. It will attack us. Whether you are in the mode of goodness, of course, it will attack more those who are in the mode of passion and ignorance, because their lifestyle itself will create problem for them. But those who are in the mode of goodness, because of their lifestyle is good, they will not suffer, to the extent a person who is in the mode of ignorance. That's for sure. But suffering will be there because of the old age and invalidity. This is, they have to undergo. So, Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi is common for all, whether you are in the mode of goodness or passion or ignorance. Comparatively, it will be less for those who are in the mode of goodness, especially the sickness that we get at the advanced age. Others will suffer more because of the sinful activities they are indulged in. So otherwise, everyone has to undergo this Jara Vyadi. You're right, sir. Right, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Anything else? Yes, Madaji.
Prabhuji, first paragraph, there is a line. A man in the mode of goodness is not so much affected by material miseries, and he has a sense of advancement in material knowledge. So this both is separate, is it, Prabhu?
Where is it?
First paragraph, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
A man. So
A man in the mode of goodness is not so much affected by, you know why they are not affected? Because their lifestyle is such. Knowledge and the lifestyle is also, they are in the mode of goodness. The lifestyle.
Not the knowledge.
Yeah,
The
the
lifestyle mostly.
lifestyle,
Okay.
because they will be eating food in the mode of goodness, mostly offered
Ah.
offered prasadam, and they will take care of the health very nicely. So all these things, affect. So they will not be affected by material miseries more. And he has a sense of advancement, material knowledge. Since they have this knowledge, material knowledge, they're called Vidwan. Okay. So a scholar, a philosopher is called Vidwan. Why he is called Vidwan?
Because he knows everything.
What
He is
is,
aware of all the things.
yeah, what
Like
is,
why the modes are acting, why he is behaving like this, why
what is,
he was born, or everything
yeah,
he is knowing.
right. So what is, why they are called Vidwan? Vidwan. Vid means what?
Janna.
Knowledge. One,
Knowledge.
one who possesses.
A person who possesses,
A
like
person who
Bhagwan.
possesses knowledge is called Vidwan. That's why it's called Vidwan. Right? With, Sarvasya chaham riddhi sannivishto matha smriti jnanam apohanam cha. Vedescha sarver aham eva vedyo. Vedanta vid veda. Vid means knowledge. So Vidwan from the root word with. Vidya. Vidwan. So all this, comes from the root word with one who possesses knowledge. So a person in the mode of goodness is Vidwan, scholar. They have the required knowledge, what is good, what is bad. They can discriminate, and they will choose what is good for them from all perspective. So their suffering is less. They will not indulge in sinful activities like others, those in the mode of passion and ignorance. So they will not have any repercussions, any reactions. So the miseries for them will be less, very, very limited. Okay.
But spiritually also, they are not advanced.
Yeah, spiritually also they are advanced. Yeah.
They are advanced even in that.
Yeah, spiritually, not necessarily spiritually they, unless until they accept. Even the atheists, they can also be in the mode of
That's what Prabhuji I wanted to know, because in that case, this is not material knowledge. It should have been spiritual knowledge. So why
Yes.
Prabhupada has made it as material knowledge? I was confused. That's why.
Yeah. So it's not necessary that, whoever are in the mode of goodness, they should have spiritual knowledge or spiritually they are advanced. This is material knowledge. See, even atheists, they are good people. They don't harm others. They may be vegetarian. They may not be offering food, but they may be vegetarian. They are doing so many social activities, helping others in many ways. So they are in the mode of goodness, but they are not devotees. So this mode of goodness plus devotional service makes, better. Is
Yes,
it clear?
Prabhuji.
Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So any other points? Shall we move on to the next? 7. Rajo ragadmakam vidhi Krishna Sangha samudbhavam tan nibhadnadi kaunteya karma sangena dehinam. Mayuri Mataji and Kuku.
And Kuku. Kuku,
Yeah.
Prabhuji.
Kuku, yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
I said Kuku only.
Okay. Next, you have to read. Not read the translation. Rajo ragatmakam vidhi Krishna sangam samudbhavam tanni vadnati kaunteya karma sangena dehinam.
The mode of passion is characterized by the attraction between man and woman. Woman has attraction for man and man has attraction for woman. This is called mode of passion. And then the mode of passion is increased.
No. What you are reading?
Okay.
Mode of the translation.
Okay. Mode of passion is born of unlimited desires and longings, O son of Kunti. And because of this, the embodied living entities is bound of material fruitivity and actions.
Mode of passion is born of unlimited desires and longings. O son of Kunti, and because of this, the embodied living entity is bound to material fruitive action. Now, Kuku, tell me, what do you mean by embodied living entity?
Normal human beings.
Now, why Prabhupada is, use this word embodied living entity? What do you understand from that?
I'm not sure, Prabhuji.
You guess, you know the answer.
Embodied living entities. No, I'm not sure.
Okay, anybody else? Want to try? Prince Prabhu, you want to try? What is the meaning of embodied living entity?
Here means probably these we are the living entities which we have got a body. We
Yes.
have got a body. So
Yeah.
we are living entities with a given body.
We are living entities with Satchidananda, who the constitutional position of every living entity is Satchidananda. But now that we have come in this material world, we have got a body which is perishable. That's why we are embodied. Actually, we are not supposed to have any material body. This is a just like we have a coat. Now we are already having a shirt. Now on top of that, we have put a coat, overcoat. Okay, so this body is material matter. Okay, as per our constitutional position, living entities constitutional position, we are supposed to be spirit, Satchidananda. We don't have any material body, actual original position, but we are in the material world, and we are conditioned. We think that we are this body. That's why we are embodied living entity. We are embodied living entity. Is it clear, Kuku? Okay. So the mode of passion is born of unlimited desires and longings. So why we are in the mode of passion? Because we have lot of desires and longings to enjoy this material world. How can we enjoy this material world? Again, Kuku, what is the medium? Why a medium? How do we enjoy this? Now, next week, Kuku will not come.
No, Prabhuji.
Okay.
He's busy in painting, Prabhuji.
Okay, good, very good. How?
With their desires, unlimited longings and desires.
Yeah. How we enjoy these desires and longings? How? What is the biomedium?
By fulfilling it.
What is that?
By fulfilling it, like my desires, whatever my
How
desires
you okay, you have a gulab jam in front of you. How do you enjoy that? How do you enjoy that?
by eating it.
Yeah. So with what? Senses.
Oh, okay.
Okay. With our senses. Okay. So we have unlimited desires to satisfy our senses. We have 5 senses. Mainly we have 5 senses. So we are enjoying all these material desires through the medium of the 5 senses. Which are those? Which are those? Saraswati Mataji, which are our 5 main senses?
Vision, hearing, smell, taste, and touch.
That is sense objects. Senses. Now what you said is sense objects. Okay, vision, smell, hearing, and all these things are sense objects, form and all. Okay, what are the senses? Eyes, nose,
Okay.
ears,
Eyes,
tongue,
nose, ears, tongue,
and skin. Okay, what you said earlier was the corresponding sense objects. Okay? The senses enjoy with the sense objects. Okay, now there is as I told you, there is a gulab jam, in a bowl. Okay, how can you taste it? With the tongue.
With the tongue.
So the tongue is the sense and the taste is the sense object. Okay.
Yes.
So we are bound to this material world because of material fruitive actions. Okay. So the mode of passion is characterized by the attraction between men and women. women has attraction for man and man has attraction for women. This is called the mode of passion. And when the mode of passion is increased, one develops the hankering for material enjoyment. He wants to enjoy sense gratification. For sense gratification, a man in the mode of passion wants some honor in society or in the nation, and he wants to have happy family with nice children, wife, and house. So usually, all these attachments, all these sense gratificatory activities mainly happens in the mode of passion. The attraction between men and women, the attraction for name and fame, the attraction for having followers. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, "Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim." Okay? Na dhanam means I am not asked after any wealth. Na janam, not followers. Na sundarim, not beautiful women or men. Either case. That should be our purpose. But here in the mode of passion, we are after all these things. We want name, we want fame, we want influence, we want power, we want sense gratification in many ways. Okay, we enjoy, through all the mediums of senses, isn't it? Through ear, through tongue, through eyes, through skins, every senses we want to enjoy. So those people who want to enjoy through the senses are mostly in the mode of passion. The people in the mode of goodness, they won't enjoy much because they know if they indulge in sense gratification, it is difficult for them. They will not be able to get a good birth and they will have to undergo miseries, the reactions of the actions. So they will try to avoid as far as possible sense gratifications. Within the regulated sense gratification only they will. So the people in the mode of passion go out of way. Unregulated sense gratification. A person who has diabetes know very well that they are not supposed to eat sweet. But when the sweet comes in front of them, they cannot stop not eating that. They cannot tolerate the urge of the tongue, palate. They will forget that they are diabetic patient, they will start eating. Okay? That is mode of passion. The person, the mode of goodness, they know very well, yes, I am a diabetic person, I am not supposed to eat and I will not eat. They are strict. So this is the difference. So they want to have a happy family with nice children, wife, and house. So not only they want to enjoy, they want their extensions also to be, enjoying. How? Wife, husband, children, parents, friends, every one of them. They want them also to enjoy. These are the products of mode of passion. As long as one is hankering after these things, he has to work very hard. So if you want to enjoy, you need money also. So if you need money, you have to work hard. But working that hard, is it really worth? Sometimes it's not. Because we work like donkeys and what we enjoy is very, very minimal. Very, very minimal. Therefore, it is clearly stated here that he becomes associated with the fruits of his activities and thus becomes bound by such activities in order to please his wife, children, and society, and to keep up his prestige. One has to work. Therefore, the whole material world is more or less in the mode of passion. Modern civilization is considered to be advanced in the standard of mode of passion. Formerly, the advanced condition was considered to be in the mode of goodness. If there is no liberation for those in the mode of goodness, what to speak of those who are entangled in the mode of passion? So those who are in the mode of passion, are still lower because the people in the mode of goodness, they themselves, they don't attain liberation. So what to speak of people in the mode of passion? Usually, the people are compared, especially those who are in the mode of passion and mode of ignorance are compared to like, dog, camel, then ass, then who else? One more? for, I forgot the other one. Okay. You know the camel, it works very hard, takes all the load, and for what? At the end of the day, the owner gives little grass. That grass is available everywhere. Grass is available everywhere. But this poor animal, the donkey, takes all the load and carries from one place to another on the order of the master. And at the end of the day, it is getting a handful of grass, which is actually available everywhere. It can eat anytime. But it thinks that only when I do this, I will get this. Like that, we're also working like as. And how much we enjoying? Very, very less. We don't have to work, so hard for maintaining our family, for maintaining ourselves. And the camel. No, what does the camel eat? What does the camel eat?
And it
Yes.
tastes its own blood, Prabhuji.
Yeah, cactus, thorns and everything, such things. And in that process, it, cuts his own tongue, and the blood that comes from it is tasting. It doesn't know that, at the cost of eating this, it's cutting its own tongue, and it's, it has to undergo a lot of miseries. The blood that comes from the tongue, very tasteful for them. Like that, we are also like camel sometimes. Okay. And then dog. Okay. Dog, it just like the dog thinks, this area is mine. If you go to any place, there are certain dogs in that locality. Any other dogs come from the other locality, they immediately start barking. They will chase them away. They will not allow them to stay there. Okay, that this is my jurisdiction, my locality. You don't come, don't trespass. Similarly, we also think, oh, this is my house. Others have no entry. Beware of dog. Okay, this is my nation. Don't come. You need visa, this, that, and all. Okay, this is my village. Like that, we also have put boundary, and we are also barking when others comes. So we are also like dog. Okay, so dog, ass, camel, which is the fourth one? Anyone remembers? Huh? I forgot the fourth one.
Horse, Prabhuji? Horse?
Eh?
Horse?
Not horse. Not horse. It is there in our scriptures. I forgot. Anyway, when I remember, I'll tell. So like that. So any other points? So do we want to become dog or camel or ass? In fact, once the camel and the ass fell in love. Okay. The camel is telling, appreciating, glorifying the ass. Oh, what a sound. Aho, aho. What a dhvani. Asking, oh, what a beautiful sound you have. The camel is glorifying the ass. And the ass in turn is glorifying the camel. Oh, what a rupa. Oh, what a great personality you are. What a beautiful form you have. So it is mutually appreciating each other. Like that, in the material world, we are also doing the same thing. Aho rupam, aho dhvani adud. What are the four things? The dog, camel, and donkey. Which is the fourth one? She also doesn't know. Anyway, I will come back to it. So any other points? So we'll move on to the next verse, text 8. Tamastvatnyanajam vidhiye mohanam sarvadehinam pramadanasya nidrabes tannibhadnandi bharata. Saraswati Mataji and Prince Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Right.
Tamastva ajnanajam vidhi mohanam sarvadehinam pramadhalasya nidrabhis tan nibadnati bharata.
Haribol.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Translation. O son of Bharata, know that the mode of darkness, born of ignorance, is the delusion of all embodied living entities. The results of this mode are madness, indolence, and sleep, which bind the conditioned soul.
Okay, Haribol. O son of Bharata, know that the mode of darkness, born of ignorance, is the delusion of all embodied living entities. The results of this mode are madness, indolence, and sleep, which bind the conditions. So this is the lowest of the modes, that is ignorance. So it is born of ignorance. It is mode of darkness or mode of ignorance. Delusion of all embodied living entities. It deludes us. Okay, it deludes us. And the results of this mode are madness. We are not in our, what is that? Minds, the proper mindset. Mad. We don't know what we are doing. We don't know what we are telling. No? So such madness, indolence, and sleep, and we will tend to sleep more. So those who are in the mode of ignorance, they sleep more. They eat anything and everything, uncooked, untimely food. Okay, they will not be hygienic. They will not maintain cleanliness. Okay, and they will speak anything, any nonsense. You cannot restrict them. Even if you tell them, please don't say, no. They don't know the proper time and the proper way of presenting things. At any time, anything they will just speak out. So this all, the this thing, what do you call it? Mode of ignorance. Okay. In this verse, the specific application of the word tu is very significant. This means that the mode of ignorance is a very peculiar qualification of the embodied soul. The mode of ignorance is just the opposite of the mode of goodness. Two extreme ends, mode of goodness and mode of ignorance, or exactly opposite. In the mode of goodness, by development of knowledge, one can understand what is what, but the mode of ignorance is just the opposite. Everyone under the spell of mode of ignorance becomes mad, and a madman cannot understand what is what. Okay, so a mad person doesn't know what is what. Exactly opposite of in the mode of goodness. Instead of making advancement, one becomes degraded. The definition of the mode of ignorance is stated in the Vedic literature. Vastu yathatmya jnana varakam viparyaya jnana janakam tamaha. Under the spell of ignorance, one cannot understand a thing as it is. For example, everyone can see that his grandfather has died and therefore he will also die. Man is mortal. The children that he conceives will also die. So death is sure. Still, people are madly accumulating money and working very hard all day and night, not caring for the eternal spirit. Okay. Smashan Vairag. Somebody, dies in our family. We go to the graveyard after the burial or after the cremation. That moment we'll have that Vairagya for few minutes. Once we are back home, again the same business is repeated. So Prabhupada says here, our parents are dying, okay, our relatives are dying, and we know that the children that we bore also will die one day, but still, forgetting all these things, we are after acquiring so many things, including money. We forget the fact that we will not take anything with us. Okay? So this is the mode of ignorance. Yudhishthira Maharaj was asked by Yaksha, what is the most surprising thing in this world? So Yudhishthira Maharaj said, Ahani ahani bhutani gachantiha yamalayam sheshastavaram ichandi kim ascharya madaparam. Ahani ahani bhutani. Okay, every moment living entities are leaving the body, they are going to Yamalayam, Yama Mandiram. Okay, father is going, mother is going, uncle is going, auntie is going, friends are going, everybody is going. They are living, they are going to Yama Mandiram for their judgment or giving their accounts, whatever it is. Every minute it is happening. Okay, ahani ahani bhutani gachantiha, they are attaining Yamalayam, Yama Mandiram. Shesha stavaram ichandi. Shesha means balance. You know, those who are staying here, the balance, the remaining people, ichandi, they are desiring. Okay, they are thinking that what? Shesha stavaram ichandi, that they will stay here forever, permanently. It is not for me. Uncle is going, auntie is going, father is going, mother is going, but it's not for me. I'm not going to go. I'll be here permanently. What more surprising thing is there in this world? This is what Yudhishthira Maharaj answered when Yaksha asked the question. What is most surprising? So everybody is going, but you know, it is not for me. I'm here to stay permanently and enjoy the things. So like that, this is the condition of people in the mode of ignorance. They think that I'm going to be their immortal. We are not immortal, we are mortal beings. So the children that he conceives will also die, so death is sure. Still people are madly accumulating money and working very hard all day and night, not caring for the eternal spirit. This is madness. In their madness, they are very reluctant to make advancement in spiritual understanding. So for those who are in the mode of ignorance, advancement in spirituality is very, very difficult because they don't know what is right, what is wrong. That's a problem. So people are very lazy. So another this thing, the lazy, they are very, very lazy. When they are invited to associate for spiritual understanding, they are not much interested. They are not interested in any spiritual matters. When they are, okay, they are not even active like the man who is controlled by the mode of passion. Thus, another symptom of one embedded in the mode of ignorance is that he sleeps more than required. 6 hours of sleep is sufficient, but a man in the mode of ignorance sleeps at least 10 or 12 hours a day. Now, from all these examples, we can introspect ourselves. Are we in the mode of goodness, passion, or ignorance? How many hours are we sleeping? Are we lazy? You know, are we complacent? All these things we can introspect ourselves. Are we in the mode of goodness, passion, or ignorance? Are we, after accumulating so many things, thinking that we can enjoy this forever? So every one of us can introspect. And, you know, people actually, we need 6 hours sleep. An elderly person, you know, average 6 hours, 6 to 7 hours. Okay, children and elderly people, they need, you know, more. So, but a man in the mode of ignorance sleeps at least 10 or 12 hours a day. Such a man appears to be always dejected. And they will have always complained. This is not good, that is not good, it's not happening, that's not happening. Always they will be complaining. Okay? Dejected, and it is addicted to intoxicant sleeping. These are the symptoms of a person conditioned by the mode of ignorance. So all the three modes, all different types of people who are in different modes, Prabhupada has given very nicely in the purport. So if you think that we have the qualities in the mode of passion and in the mode of ignorance, we should try to overcome that, and we should try to at least situate ourselves in the mode of goodness. Unless and until we are in the mode of goodness, we cannot rise to the mode of pure goodness. So we may have at times, you know, mode of ignorance and mode of passion. So we should try to come above the mode of ignorance and passion and situate ourselves in the mode of goodness, at least in the human form of life. We should do it. So any questions or any comments?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, I checked the Vanipedia. The other animal is hog.
Ah, yes, right. Hog. Hog.
Prabhupada is giving a sloka also for that, Prabhuji. That was little difficult for me, so I just saw the animal alone.
Hog. Swar. Pig. You know, the hog is thinking, what's wrong with me? I have a beautiful family, so many children, so many wives, okay? And I'm enjoying the best food in the world, okay? Even if you keep gulab jam, it will not take, it will not eat. I want this only. Like that, even if you are given very nice thing, spirituality, the person in the mode of ignorance and passion, I don't want. I have, better ways of self-gratification. So this is Hawk's thinking, I have good family, so many wives, I'm enjoying beautiful feast every day. And so they are not interested in the real feast. So that's Hawk, yes, you are right, Mataji. So this for dog, hog, donkey, ass, and camel. Okay. Any other points? So next 9 we will take next week. Okay, I'll stop sharing. Hare Krishna.